Bienvenidos a Sobre Nuestro Macabro Podcast. Yo soy Dee.
Yo soy Ali.
Y hoy Ali les contará de un caso que sucedió en Reddick, Florida.
Algunos crímenes son tan crueles, tan impensables, que dejan una marca permanente. No solo en la víctima, sino en todos los que escuchan su historia. Cuando una mujer de 91 años fue atacada en su propia casa, nadie podía imaginar quién era el responsable. Este es el caso de Jessie Stone.
Advertencia: la información de este caso puede ser desencadenante para algunos. Tenga en cuenta que algunos de estos casos pueden involucrar menores de edad, abuso, violación o violencia. Escuchen con precaución.
Warning: the information on this case can be triggering to some. Please be advised that some of these cases may involve children, abuse, rape, and violence. Listen with caution.
La tranquila comunidad de Reddick quedó profundamente conmocionada la noche del 9 de junio del 2024. En las primeras horas después de la medianoche, una mujer de 91 años despertó en medio de una pesadilla. Una figura oscura se encontraba de pie en su habitación. Antes de que pudiera reaccionar, el intruso saltó sobre su cama, le puso una almohada en su cara y comenzó a golpearla repetidamente. Luego la agredió sexualmente antes de huir en la oscuridad, dejando atrás una escena de horror y confusión. La mujer sufrió moretones severos en el rostro, brazos y pecho, además de una concussion. Desorientada y asustada, logró llamar al 911. Las autoridades iniciaron una búsqueda inmediata, recorriendo el vecindario a pie y con perros, entrevistando a residentes y buscando cualquier pista del atacante. Se ofreció una recompensa de $5,000 por información que los llevara a un arresto. El pequeño pueblo donde todos se conocían estaban en shock de que en un acto tan violento pudiera ocurrir tan cerca de casa. En una entrevista, la sobrina de la víctima reveló que su tía insistía en que esto no se trató de un robo, porque el atacante nunca pidió dinero. People started imagining en la medianoche, somebody goes in and, it's for robbery.
Yeah.
Right? But the 91-year-old woman was like, no, they never asked me for money. It was never about that. No entraron a robar nada. No se llevaron joyas, nada valioso.
Yeah, it was mostly like about her.
Yeah. Dijo que la muchacha dijo que su tía luchó con todas sus fuerzas. Y cuando ya no pudo resistir, ella comenzó a rezar. Según los informes, el agresor incluso le gritó que se callara mientras ella rezaba. Durante la investigación, los detectives interrogaron a Jessie Stone, un joven de 14 años conocido en la comunidad. 14.
Oh my God.
Él había sido visto,
Yeah.
Él había sido visto en cámaras de seguridad, caminando por las calles esa noche. Jessie mencionó que él conocía a la víctima, ya que él solía cortarle el césped, so he would mow her lawn.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Y de hecho la había visitado el día antes del ataque. Los detectives también notaron algo sospechoso en la ropa de Jessie. Un informe mencionó que vieron posibles rastros de sangre, lo que fue suficiente. Y era la misma, miren otro que decía que él traía la misma ropa que lo habían visto en el video.
Oh, wow.
Lo que fue suficiente para que los investigadores pidieran una muestra de ADN de Jesse, con el consentimiento de él y de su abuela. 8 días después del ataque, Jesse fue llevado a un interrogatorio to the precinct. Para ese entonces, los detectives ya tenían los resultados. El ADN de Jesse coincidía con la evidencia encontrada en la ropa interior de la víctima. Cuando a él lo trajeron ya para interrogarlo, ellos ya sabían que él estuvo ahí presente y que él tuvo que ver con el crimen. Ya con el ataque. Pero nada más querían que él pues diera su confesión.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow.
That's
it's
crazy.
wild just to
14.
think about that they had to do all those things in order for them to for him to be the main suspect, but also to wait for him to confess for what he had done. And to me, it's still just mind-boggling that it's a 14-year-old kid.
14-year-old. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Jesse afirmó las autoridades, los investigadores le dijeron que habían rastros de su ADN en la ropa de la señora. Y ellos le preguntaron, pues, ¿por qué? Why is there DNA in her clothes? They didn't say where, though. Right? Mm-hmm. So, él dijo que si su ADN estaba ahí, era porque él había abrazado a la señora el día anterior al despedirse.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, but remember, él no sabía dónde habían encontrado su ADN. They just said, hey, we found your DNA in her clothes.
In her clothes, yeah. But they didn't say exactly where.
Yeah, exactly where. In her clothes, in her home, right? Y para él decía, pues si encontraron mi ADN en su casa es porque yo entré, yo conocí a la señora, yo entraba, yo la ayudaba, right? That was how he was justifying why his DNA was in her home.
Yeah.
Pero cuando los investigadores le informan que su ADN se había encontrado en lugares más incriminatorios, como en la ropa interior de la víctima, él se sorprendió y actuó confundido. Él repetía una y otra vez, eso es imposible, that's impossible. Como, how did you find my DNA in her underwear? That can't happen. De ahí los investigadores, y en esta interrogación está la abuela con él en el cuarto.
Okay.
Ella está escuchando todo esto.
Mm-hmm.
Los investigadores después le muestran fotos gráficas de las lesiones de la víctima a Jesse y a su abuela. La abuela de Jesse quedó horrorizada. She was shocked. Like, you can see the videos are up on YouTube. You can see the interview up there, and the grandma's like, she's just shocked. Like, she's like, yeah, she's in disbelief, exactly. Pero Jesse permaneció, estaba sentado, callado, sin ninguna emoción y asegurando que él no tenía nada que ver con lo que había pasado.
That's interesting.
Yeah. De ahí los detectives dejan a Jesse con su abuela solos en el cuarto. Y su abuela le empieza a rogar y a pedirle a Jesse que si él tuvo algo que ver con esto, que diga la verdad. Dice, please just be honest. Say the truth if it was you. Like, look at her, look at the pictures, mira las fotos, ella se merece la verdad.
Yeah.
Y Jesse seguía negándolo. He was like, no fui yo, y empieza a llorar.
It's hard for me to believe too. It's really hard for me to believe too that you would do a thing like this.
I didn't.
But how many times have you been caught in lies?
I know.
And this is the whole reason why you're on restriction. It's because you're not telling the truth about things. If this woman deserves to have the truth, she deserves it, and you know that. What? And don't say why's, Ready John, because why doesn't exist here. I wasn't at her house. Ready John, it's across the street. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her face. That's I don't even think like that. I've never seen you hurt anybody, but I don't want to hurt What the hell are you doing outside at that time of night? It doesn't make any sense. Do you understand? Ready, John, it doesn't make any sense. There's a million different things you can do. Being outside where you don't belong, and you know you don't belong out there. I'm sorry, but I'm an outdoorsy person. You're not an outdoorsy person. You're a sit in front of the TV kind of guy. Well, I don't have TV. I'm outside. Well, I don't know. I hope and pray you did not do this to this woman. Didn't. I hope and pray. I hope and pray you did not do this. Because this is horrific. This is a human being. And she deserves justice.
Después de horas de interrogatorio, Jesse finalmente admitió haber entrado a la casa de la víctima. Confesó que él le había puesto una almohada sobre su rostro para que ella no pudiera gritar y para que ella no lo pudiera ver. Le dijo a los investigadores que él solía ver pornografía y que esa noche él había entrado a la casa de la mujer para usar su iPad y ver pornografía, ya que sus propios devices tenían restricciones.
Oh my God.
Ya. Dijo que él recordaba haber visto pornografía en el iPad de la víctima, la señora, y luego él entró a la habitación de la señora para ver si aún estaba dormida.
Okay.
Aunque afirmó no recordar cómo las cosas salieron de control. El investigador le está preguntando que estás en the living room viendo pornografía en el iPad de la víctima. ¿Por qué subes? ¿Por qué entras a su cuarto? Y él dice, pues quería estar seguro que estaba dormida. And he's like, why? Why go into her room to make sure she's asleep? Like they were trying to just
have a
tell us,
connection.
like, did you go? I'm imagining que le preguntaban eso para ver si él subió con la intención de hacerle algo a la señora.
Yeah.
Porque, ¿para qué entra al cuarto de ella para ver si está dormida?
And
Why?
then the evidence in the underwear, and then the fact that they found it there. I feel like there's too many things that que oppose the idea of him going into her room just to check. Just to check.
He was like, it doesn't make sense, right? If you already went into her house to watch pornography on her iPad, okay, then just leave, right?
Yeah.
Why watch the pornography and then go into her room?
Yeah, there was already a sinister intent to go into that room.
Y es lo que imagino, por eso los investigadores estaban preguntando, ¿por qué subiste? ¿Por qué entraste al cuarto? ¿Qué era tu intención? And he just kept saying, para ver si estaba dormida.
Yeah, no. Especially because, from what I recall, she woke up because he was at the,
he was in the room. Like, he was standing in the room. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I'm assuming he might have been standing next to her or over her where she had that sensation that somebody was watching her. It wasn't like he was just checking in, peeking through the door and checking if she's, awake and then leaving. It's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He made himself
in the room
present.
And made himself present in the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like, si era la intención de ver pornografía, él hubiera entrado, salido y ya. Right?
Yeah. Or, to make it easier on himself, he could have just gone in there, steal the iPad, and leave.
Exactly.
There's no purpose of him being in that house or in that room if
Y si
that's
la
what he was there
señora,
for.
exactly, si la señora se ha levantado y escuchó algo, he could have like, oh, ya se levantó, I'm gonna run, me voy a ir,
Yeah,
right? I don't want to get
yeah,
caught, but
yeah.
eso no fue lo que pasó.
There was something more malicious going on than
Ujú.
just going into the house to watch porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse fue arrestado poco después. Al principio él se declaró no culpable, pero más tarde cambió su declaración a culpable durante una audiencia en noviembre. Su abogado pidió clemencia, so his lawyer was pleading for leniency
Okay.
on his sentencing.
Yeah.
Describiendo una infancia difícil, marcada por depresión, TDAH, meaning ADHD, y abandono parental.
No.
So he was asking for like leniency because he had a rough childhood, he had depression, he had ADHD, his parents weren't present. Jesse había sido criado por su abuela después de ser abandonado por ambos padres y pues había desarrollado una adicción a la pornografía desde muy joven. Su abuela testificó que el padre de Jesse fue quien lo introdujo a pornografía, aunque Jesse en la interrogación dijo que fue un amigo quien lo introdujo en ese mundo cuando él tenía solo 10 años.
Oh my God. He was a
A
baby.
10-year-old watching pornography? No.
That's so unhealthy. No.
So unhealthy.
I mean, regardless of what it was or who taught him to watch pornography, he's still a 14-year-old boy to the point that he's just a preteen basically. He's not even fully developed in any sort of capacity. But the fact that he did this to this woman shows that there's so much underneath that we've yet to discover, And I mean, I know that these plea deals are supposed to, give the judge some sort of leniency to give them a lighter sentence or whatever. But for me, it's like, no. There's people out there that grow up without a father, without a mother, or without both parents.
ADHD and depression.
Have ADHD and have anxiety, have depression, and they don't go out and do these type of things.
Exactly. La abuela también dijo que Jesse siempre había luchado con su enojo y el dolor emocional, recordando un momento en el que él le gritó a su abuela, ¿por qué mi madre me odia tanto? Fue entonces cuando su abuela se dio cuenta de lo que estaba sufriendo su nieto.
I mean, in moments like that, I'm like, yes, it's valid to have feelings like that. It is. But to focus on the action. Mm-hmm. Yeah, to justify what he did based on what he feels like that, it's uncalled for. Exactly. And my heart truly goes out to him because of the abandonment issues that he's going through. But still, it's like, it's okay to feel abandoned and feel angry and upset and sad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it still doesn't justify any of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's like you were saying, hay mucha gente que tienen los mismos trastornos, right? ADHD, que tienen depresión, ansiedad, y a really rough childhood, right? With abuse and so many other things going on, and they don't go around doing this to people.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't justify his actions.
It doesn't.
Mm-mm. En el tribunal, el abogado de Jesse dijo que Jesse no tenía antecedentes criminales. This was his first crime. It was his first crime, and how the severity of it was.
I mean, it's sad that it's his first crime, but still, it's like, what could have drove him to do such a thing? That's the thing.
Y también el abogado argumentó que el cerebro de Jesse aún no estaba en desarrollo.
Of course not.
No, he was 14, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I just can't, the age, it's just...
Yeah, that's still one of those things that I still can't wrap my brain around. Like I said, there's kids out there that have gone through, like, you know, homelessness, like drug addiction, all these things that would drive them to do something similar to that, but not even them do it. So, like, for me, it's like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I can't even say, like, I can't even shame him in any way, but still, it's like something must have really gone wrong for him to act this specific way.
Y sabes que también es, there's, you know, these conversations de lo que watching pornography at such a young age, lo que causa también, las consecuencias que causan en el cerebro de estos muchachos, ¿verdad? Because they have this belief, right? That because they're watching lo que enseñan, you know, in pornography, they start believing that this is how I'm supposed to treat women, right?
This is how I'm supposed to act. This is how, like, you're supposed, like,
this
instead
is how
of
sex
having,
is, right?
Yeah,
and it's like,
it's instead of, like, being more of a, you know, there should be consent. This is what is, like, appropriate, like, in like ways to teach them how to, you know, have a healthy relationship with sexual, like, intercourse, or even to watch pornography or any sort of thing. It's still one of those topics that is so taboo that this is kind of one of those reasons that's like, if you don't talk to your children about this is some of the actions that can happen because of it. Where it's like there is no real conversation about it. And that's why when people say, like, not to be political or anything, but when they're like, oh, we're going to remove, you know, sexual education from schools, it's like, this is what happens when we have it. Imagine when we don't.
Y es que para todo hay edades.
Exactly. Right? Completely agree.
And we're not saying that, you know, pornography is bad, right? Nothing like that. It's just there's an age for it, right? Because it gets to a point where you understand, you get it, right? It's like, okay, well, this is not how, you know, this is, you know, in relationship, this is what's healthier, right? Like, you get to that age where you understand that. These kids watching this, they just assume this is how it's supposed to be. Yeah. Yeah. And that's
especially
not okay.
Because it's a one of those things where it's like, like, since he said that his friend, you know, showed him these stuff, like, to me, it's like, well, if that friend is showing him this, then that kid is probably showing it to other kids. Yeah. And all these kids are getting influenced by what this one kid is, like, showing them and telling them, well, you know, this is how you have a sexual relationship with a woman. Like, it has to be forced. It has to be, you know, this type of way in order for you to get sexual pleasure out of something. When it's like, no, that's not how it is. It can be a fantasy, it can be a kink, but it cannot be the norm. Especially trying to influence such a young brain with these type of imageries.
And think use that it as a violent act, like, you know.
Yeah.
Pero es lo que, you know, lo que argumentó el abogado, diciendo que su cerebro no estaba desarrollado y por eso él pedía que Jesse necesitaba rehabilitación, no solo un castigo. So, él dijo lo siguiente, quote, tiene que haber un castigo, pero también un elemento de rehabilitación, algo que no va a obtener en una prisión estatal, siendo un delincuente sexual de 14 años. Él estaba pidiendo a la juez que considerara el sistema de justicia juvenil para Jesse, que se centra en la rehabilitación y la educación, en lugar de un castigo.
Yeah.
La jueza Lisa Herndon negó la solicitud. So she said no, argumentando que la naturaleza violenta del crimen justificaba una sentencia como adulto. Ella dijo, even if it was his first crime, the way that he did it, how violent it was for his age, he's going to get a heavier sentencing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild. Especially because he's 14. He's 14. And he's being tried with a heavier sentence. That's crazy.
Ella dijo, sus acciones fueron atroces. Y la víctima tuvo suerte de sobrevivir. Because it could have been worse.
Yeah,
it could have gone worse. Something stopped him. Thankfully, something stopped him, and it didn't go further.
Yeah. But I also feel like that kind of shows that he understands. There's some sort of understanding on his part that knows that there's something too far. Something went too far. I do agree that this is a very hard crime for being his first crime, but also that therapy can help, or some sort of rehabilitation will help him, because it's releasing all those pent up feelings, emotions, thoughts of what he's going through and what he's been feeling since he was abandoned, since he was diagnosed with anxiety, depression, whatever it was, ADHD. I feel like it needs to be a balance, especially for a kid his age.
So young, right? It's just these are the cases that I wish que este niño se le hubiera dado ayuda antes. Right? Que si hubiera recibido él algún tipo de terapia, like, maybe it wouldn't have gone this far.
Oh, definitely. I feel like a lot of people just kind of let it happen, where it's like, oh, well, he's going to go with his grandmother because, his mom doesn't want to take care of him, or his, father doesn't want to take care of him. But at the same time, it's like, then take him somewhere where he can get some sort of guidance or help, or like way to transition from like living with his parents or living with a single parent to living with his grandmother, and having it explained to him, why, instead of just like living like it's normal, because something like that, it's change.
La abuela dijo, and we'll include that clip in the end of this episode. La abuela dijo que ella sí buscó ayuda, que se le diera terapia a él. Sí, ella sí mencionó eso, but that I don't know what happened there, that it wasn't given to him. And that's what breaks my heart, because they're like, como tú estás diciendo, había mucho enojo, mucha tristeza, mucha rabia. There was so much in there, and unfortunately, he found some unhealthy coping skills.
Yeah.
It was his way of releasing. And it led him to commit this crime. Like, a 14-year-old doing this to a 91-year-old woman. ¿Cómo se iba, la pobre señora, cómo se iba a defender?
Yeah.
Y la agarró así, pues, desprevenida. I mean, she was sleeping.
Yeah.
Y es lo que, y como para que él actuara así, le pusiera la almohada en la cara y hizo lo que hizo, like, that's
it's horrible.
It is.
It's one of those scenes that you just, it's so graphic. It's so unimaginable that you think it has to be fake. It has to be fiction.
Yeah.
Like, this cannot be a real thing.
El daño que le causó la señora.
Yeah.
El daño psicológico, el trauma, el miedo ahora, la paranoia también de la señora.
Yeah.
To know that it was a kid that she knew. Kid un niño que la ayudaba. Un niño que vivía ahí cerca de ella.
Yeah. Wow.
I know. It's one of those cases that I'm like, I wish something could have happened before this. And maybe
to
this
prevent
kid,
all of this.
Yeah, this kid would have been fine, right? And this grandma, this woman she wouldn't have gone through this.
Yeah. Especially at her age, when all she needed to worry about is like, just relax, to live.
Yeah.
And like for something like this to happen to her by somebody that she knew, it's like it's terrifying. Terrifying.
Yes. El 7 de febrero de este año, Jesse Stone fue sentenciado a 25 años de prisión estatal, seguido por 30 años de libertad condicional como delincuente sexual. También deberá registrarse como delincuente sexual y completar clases de anger management.
Yeah.
25 years in prison.
And then
30 more
years
after of
as probation.
mhm.
And to be, labeled as a sex offender.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this happened when he was 14.
He was 14.
14.
Se arruinó la vida de este niño.
Yeah. Horrible.
Yeah. La sentencia marcó un trágico final para una historia devastadora. Una que dejó a una comunidad destrozada, a una familia quebrada y a una mujer de 91 años marcada para siempre. Este es el caso de Jesse Stone, un joven de 14 años que cometió uno de los crímenes más perturbadores que Reddick, Florida haya visto.
From whatever period of incarceration the court deems appropriate, will you be there for him?
Absolutely, if I'm alive still.
Will you help support him kind of getting back on his feet into the community?
Absolutely.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like Judge Herndon to know about Jesse?
Just that he isn't the person that did this act in a natural way. He's not this guy. I think personally he panicked or something. I can't explain what happened, but he's a person that you love, you care, you liked having him around. He was a good person. He is a good person. And I mean, I care about him. I really do. And I don't know what's really fair here. I was myself recently attacked, and for me personally, the way I felt better is to have the person get help, because I think people who are in that situation, they need help. And prior to him, this incident happened, I was already reaching out for help. I called the police a couple different times trying to get help for him. I called the school counselor trying to get help for him, but nobody seems to, that end of things, they failed. And I really believe had he gotten the help that he needed then, he would not be here right now.
Y este fue el caso de esta semana. If you have any comments, any questions, any thoughts about this case, los puedes dejar en el comentario de nuestro Instagram, de nuestro Facebook, Twitter, or X as it's known now, on TikTok, Threads, and our Blue Sky account. Solo búscanos por @SVSM_podcast, or si tienes Facebook, búscanos por facebook.com/@SVSM_podcast, or nomás type out Soy un Macabro podcast on the search bar and our podcast should pop up. We would love to know your thoughts about this case, especially this case, because it's mind-blowing.
Do you guys agree with the sentencing?
Yeah, do you agree with the sentencing? Do you think that he needs to be, instead had a lesser sentence and get rehabilitation? Let us know. Because for me, I feel like the sentencing is harsh, but understandable. But also, I feel like there's more that you can do for him than just put him in prison and have him in parole. I think there's so much more that can be done. But yeah, let us know what you think. What
That's
do you
scary,
think about
right?
sentencing?
I feel like the more we do these episodes, it's scary to know that we live in a world where these things can happen, and they happen every day.
Which is crazy to me to even think. At first you're like, oh, I feel like when we research cases, we're like, oh, well, I don't know what to research, or I don't know what to look for. But then you come across cases like this and you're like, how is that even possible? Yeah. It like I said, it it almost feels like a horror movie or
It's
like
like a nightmare. Yeah.
fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's nothing
No lo puedes
from.
creer.
Yeah, it seems fake, but yeah, let us know. You can also see the video portion of this episode on our YouTube channel, where you could also leave comments. Just look for Servants Macabro podcast on the search bar, or just type it at SVSM_podcast, and our podcast should pop up. We usually post the shorts of these episodes, and you could leave comments there, or you could wait a little bit longer and leave comments on our video portion of this episode. But yeah, remember to subscribe and like those videos, because that helps us a lot, especially when it comes to viewership and having people stream our episodes on YouTube. So yeah, we really appreciate all of you guys for doing that, and for just following us and subscribing there. But yeah, let us know what you think about this case. Let us know what you think about this specific episode or any of the other 156. Am I right? I think it's 156 episodes. But other than that, yeah, if you want to listen to the 156 episodes that we have on our podcast, you could go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you stream podcasts, and you can listen to our whole catalog there. And if you can't find us there, you can let us know, and we will send the RSS so you guys can stream that episode. And yeah, anything else? Am I forgetting anything? No? Okay. Let's see.
Hi, babies. They're saying hi to me. That's why.
I know they are. They're like, "Hello, what are you doing?"
They're not
Did you
friendly
hear
with each other. They're saying hi from me.
No.
They're saying hi to me.
Did you hear Canelo? He was like,
Yeah. I heard.
he's like, he's under here right now. You want to come up? You want to come say hello? Oh, there you are. Hold on, let me get him.
He's like,
Like he is.
oh, look at him.
Look at the baby. He's so fluffy.
If you guys are listening to us, sorry you can't see him, but
I know.
just check the
That's why
videos
you
and
should
stuff.
subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can see little Canelo. Yeah. Let's see. Where's it? 2 weeks until October already.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, isn't that insane? Let us know, what are you dressing up as? Did you like our last costume? That's the real question. And I don't know. What do you guys have planned? I know that October is a very busy month for both of us for completely different reasons. But yeah.
Everybody
what do you
wants
guys all
to
up to?
us. Kidding.
What can I say? But yeah, we want to know what you guys have been doing. Recently, me and my sister and our friend Rosario went to the haunted hayride, which was a lot of fun. So if you live in LA and you want to do something fun and spooky, the LA Haunted Hayride has an Elvira theme to it, and it's really fun, especially the haunted hayride itself. So I recommend it. It's really fun. It's really funny. Good times. Please sponsor us next year. But yeah,
If they sponsor
so
us, I guess I'll go then. Pero por ahorita,
it's
no
so
way.
much fun.
Gracias.
I'm telling you, the haunted hayride is so much fun.
I'm gonna punch someone. Watch, that will be me. I'll be the person that punches someone.
But do you want to say what you did this weekend?
Oh, I went to Oktoberfest.
Mm-hmm.
So much fun.
It looked like a lot of fun. It looked like a lot of fun. I was like, I wish I was there. I was like, I don't even drink a beer, but I want to be there.
I want to be there.
But yeah, exactly.
And luego, and halfway through it, the guy that was putting on the music, he was like, "This goes out for all my Hispanic friends." Y puso la chona.
Iconic. We love
And
that.
you know we had to dance. Of course. We all ran to the we started the party.
It's a Mexican anthem. Of course. Yeah. Of course we need to do that.
Had to.
Exactly. But yeah, I guess we could say that we're having a lot of fun this October.
Yes, we are.
But yeah, let us know. What are you guys doing? What are you guys dressing up as? What are you doing this spooky season? Are you dressing up your pets? I want to see costumes. Send them to us. I'd love to look at. Um, I don't know. Anything else? Anything else I have to say before we head out?
No.
All right. So yeah. If you guys also a recommendation, because I know that I recommended stuff last time. I want to recommend something. The Ed Gein series on Netflix by Ryan Murphy. It's a really good series. Don't take it too seriously. It's not totally accurate, but it's a really good series. And Charlie Hunnam, total babe. Weird to say, but total babe. There's also a documentary about the daughter of a BTK serial killer from, I think is Wichita, Kansas, I think. It's one of the most infamous serial killers in the Midwest. So the daughter speaks up and talks about what she's been going, like what she went through, how she's coping with it. It's a really good documentary. It shows how he got caught. So if you want to see it, that's also on Netflix. So yeah, those are my 2 recommendations so far this week. If you have any of them, please let us know. I want to watch
one,
more
but
series.
it's not true crime or murder.
What is it?
It came out, and I started watching it porque salió Netflix, but this show actually came out like, I think it was like 2017, if I'm wrong, sorry. It's called Orphan Black. Have you seen it?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
I started watching it because I guess it streamed on Netflix like recently. Y salió on my list, and I was like, oh.
I'm gonna need to check this out.
I finished it already.
Oh my god! That was me, but with Monster. I was kind of doing that thing where it's like, that's my nighttime show. Like, I'm gonna watch like 2 episodes before bed, and I did, and I loved it.
Yeah, and I don't know how many seasons. I think there's like 6 seasons of this show.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I think it came out earlier. Actually, I'm lying. It came out a while back. 2013.
And you watched the whole thing?
Yeah, there was a couple of seasons. I don't know if like 7 or 8, but it was like, I'm looking at the 50 episodes. It was pretty good. The actress, if you watch it, she's amazing because she has to play so many characters.
Oh, okay.
And every character she's spot on. Like,
oh wow. Okay, I'll definitely add it to my list.
I liked it.
But yeah, if you guys have any recommendations, let us know. We would love to watch them. Yeah, I think that's my sign to go. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Leave us your comments, your likes, your suggestions. We read everything. And with that, I think I'm gonna go.
Adios.
Bye. Stay spooky.
Bye.
Bye.